Welcome to the Football Reporters. I'm John.
I'm Chris.
And today we're going to be talking about the ongoings of the NFL this week. It is Friday, November 19th.
The 19th?
2000.
No,
the 20th.
The 20th. It's the
I'm on
20th.
Friday. So, I guess we can start with the biggest topic coming out this week. There's been 3 quarterbacks that are being sit. We have Monday Night Football, and we have Thursday Night Football that happened last night. Let's start with Monday. Let's start with the Monday Night Football game between the Texans and the Bengals.
Man, that was disappointing.
10-6.
That was disappointing. A part of me wanted to see the Bengals go a little bit longer and defeated, but I knew they were going to fold eventually.
Andy Dalton did what he does best.
Collapses under pressure.
Craps the pants.
Can't play the big game. When the light shine the brightest, he always craps himself.
And then he complained about it. You
Oh
know
my
that?
god, because J.J. Watt said
Beat
he's
up.
a big red BB gun, and he
Ooh.
and he's
Christmas story reference. Ooh.
and then he defended himself, and then he apologized for it
Yeah, no, it's
because
like
he heard it from someone,
it's like it's like
even
a
though he
red,
could clearly hear it.
it's a Red Ryder BB gun. It's like it's just a harmless joke.
It is a harmless
nickname.
joke. Laugh about it.
It was like
He's so serious.
I mean, like he treated you like it was like he said afterwards. It was like he's a good competitor and everything, but we did our job tonight. It's 10-6.
Yeah.
Texas won 10-6. Ryan Hoyer got knocked out of the game got a concussion. I have no idea when this concussion even occurred.
I don't either. It's just all of a sudden I saw he was out, and
And here comes T.J. Yates.
T.J. Yates and
They throw the one lone touchdown pass to DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins. And lo and behold, know who finds its way to Houston? Brandon Weeden.
Brandon Weeden.
Brandon, the worst fucking quarterback I've ever seen in my entire life.
He's
Weeden.
lost how many straight starts?
He's
12.
He's lost 12, and he's also, as the Dallas Cowboys starter, he was 0-6.
And then they benched him for Matt Castle.
Who isn't much better. And thank God Tony Romo's coming back on Sunday because I have Des Bryant on my fantasy team. And he's been god-awful since he's come back from injury because, first of all, Brandon Weeden can't throw the ball.
No.
And Matt Castle is a shell of a human being.
Geez, what a great draft for the Cleveland Browns to draft Trent Richardson and Brandon Weeden in the same year.
I looked up that the Browns are 2-8, by the way. Fucking disgrace of a franchise.
Again,
And they had I was reading something. I think it was on SI.com or CBS.com, one of those two. If I got off a Facebook link, and it was the most disappointing Browns draft picks.
there's a
And
lot.
they said
Tim Couch.
it was from 2000 because Justin Gilbert was on there, so it was 2013 on.
Okay,
So Gilbert, Richardson,
Weeden,
Weeden, and those
Johnny Manziel.
Barkevius Mingo, Johnny Manziel. I mean, some of those players aren't terrible. Barkevius Mingo, if on another team, he could be very good. He's a top 10 pick. He's on the Browns, and he's a reserve linebacker. This guy's a starter on any other team.
Let's continue talking about this. So the Bengals are now 8-1. After a fumble by A.J. Green at the end of the game,
Yep, that
which
was.
cost them.
I turned it off because I was like, they lost.
No, they pretty much did lost, and I'm happy the Texans won because I hate the Cincinnati Bengals.
I liked them this year. I thought they were a good team.
I was like, okay.
I knew they were going to falter.
They're
eventually.
going to lose on Sunday too. We'll get to the Sunday game a little later. So Texans right now they are tied for first. It's actually it's a 2-way tie for first, and since Jacksonville won the night before,
We'll talk about that in a sec.
that disgrace of a game.
So,
Holy shit! I had to sit through that. I had to sit through that, and it was.
I missed part of it because my cousin had a baby early in the day, and we went to go see her.
Congratulations. That audience applause will. I think that's for the baby as well.
Yes, she was born at 7:20 yesterday morning, and went to go see her yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, so I missed part of the game, which probably wasn't too bad. And we're watching the Bruins game too.
It was field goal.
It's a field goal show. So
Yeah,
and me, I like it because I'm a Jags fan, and I always have been for a while. And they're a young team. Can for the next couple of years, can be a very good team.
They have promise. It's
They do have promise.
You know what they need? It's I think they have most of the pieces. They have. I think they have the quarterback.
They have the quarterback. They have the running back.
They have the right. They definitely have the wide receivers.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, Robinson and Hearns.
There's
and,
one.
And if
problem.
Marquise Lee shows his potential like he did when he was at USC, this guy has potential to be a big play wide receiver.
There is 2 fatal flaws on the team. It's in the secondary and on the offensive line.
Because
I noticed
the offensive line.
God awful.
It's awful. Zane Beadles was just really,
I don't
really
know what's
mediocre
happening
in
there.
that game. Luke Jokel. I don't know what happened to him. He's just
He was
been really
supposed to
bad.
be.
Those
was
are
he
two of those are two top linemen,
You
and they can't do anything
He
because
should
their
have
offensive
been.
line's
I thought he was
shit.
supposed to be like this great offensive lineman
Exactly.
at AM.
And it's just
That draft is putrid.
it is because
Looking
like
back at it.
within the first 5 picks, it's offensive linemen.
Yep.
Fisher went number 1 to the Chiefs.
He is done nothing.
He went number 2.
Lane Johnson.
Deion Jordan. Lane Johnson went,
Oh God.
went
Deion
4.
Jordan.
Deion Jordan,
He's
who
currently
can't stop getting suspended, was drafted number 3.
Good go.
And then I think number 4 is Johnson.
Yep.
I think Taylor Wong was in that draft too. Got drafted by the Titans. Like the pick. Jake Matthews too. I think was also in that draft.
Fuck. All right. I'm just gonna pull up the game.
It was
Let
terrible.
me pull up the stats here. These stats are lighting the world on fire. CBSSports.com sponsor.
CBSSports.com.
Not really a sponsor. We're endorsing
We're
them.
endorsing, yeah.
We're gonna endorse them because
Yeah.
I think personally they're the best sports site.
They are. They're up to date with everything. They
Yep.
report everything. Everything's great.
Stats wise, crap.
So for that Jags game, I have it up on NFL.com.
Okay, Marcus Mariota did not throw a touchdown
He
pass.
ran for 1 though.
He ran for 1. It was the only touchdown pass the Titans had that entire
He still had a pretty good game though.
Yep.
No touchdowns, no picks, 231 yards,
Blake
22.
Bortles finally found Julius Thomas in the end zone.
Also, another thing with Blake Bortles, how bad was that interception that he threw?
It was a
Yeah.
bad pick.
He had Marquise Lee on a check down,
Yep.
but completely ignored him because everyone else was covered but Lee. Marquise Lee was wide open, and he tried to force it into Julius Thomas,
And it was picked off.
and it was bad. They're trying to get him because he's been hurt,
Yep.
so they're trying to get him back into the offense. But I don't see why.
I think
You had TJ Yeldon on the fake. You had him. You
Yeah,
had
it
him the
was-
ball.
and then they were driving too, and it's like
Yep.
the Jags had a
They
lot
could
of
have blown that
opportunity.
game open.
They should have. This team should have beat
Oh, they should.
Mariota's team.
They should beat the Titans.
Because the Titans
They
don't
should
have
beat
a
by
great.
like 2 or 3 scores at least.
Well, let's see here because they don't have. They just put their best cornerback on IR, Jason McCourty.
Yeah.
They have a very bad secondary.
They do.
Um,
Besides,
But there's a lot of.
Parrish Cox.
I
Pretty
think there's a really bad play calling at the end. They're on the 5. They're on the 5 and they run it 3 straight times after the result from the field goal. Instead of I
It's
don't know.
bad. It's
How about
bad.
do a bootleg? Because
Exactly.
Blake Bortles can actually run.
Yeah,
He's
very mobile.
he's a very prototype of Ben Roethlisberger. A guy
Yeah.
who's really big. He'd take a lot of hits, obviously, because he's been sacked the most
Yeah, because his
in the
line's
past
been terrible.
year and a half. He's been sacked 89 times.
Because
He fumbled the ball.
Beatles can't do anything by himself.
Yeah, he fumbled the ball on the QB sneak, which was bad. That was bad. That was a bad decision.
Yeah.
Mariota had a clean game, didn't turn the ball over, which is something I really like about Mariota. He doesn't turn the ball over. He doesn't turn the ball over.
But he was very much on the shotgun too, right in college.
Yeah.
Or was he?
He was in Oregon, so yeah, there's a lot of
It was a shotgun, but now he's more like
system. He's a system quarterback.
he's a system quarterback now. He's really people didn't know if his style at Oregon would have translated over, but he's really transformed himself.
He's done pretty well, but my biggest complaint about him is he's thrown how many 13 touchdown passes.
Yeah,
9 of them have been in only 2 games,
yeah.
and the other one has resulted in all 4.
He can't.
And he got hurt.
He can't because he doesn't have the receivers either.
No, it's Delanie Walker. I think his name is
Delaney Walker,
the tight end. He's the best option they have because they don't have because Kendall Wright's hurt
Yeah,
and the other one's hurt. Justin Hunter.
Hunter's always hurt.
Their running back situation. They need a better running back.
Oh my God, Antonio Andrews is terrible.
Yeah, it's like
Dexter McCluster got hurt.
Dexter McCluster, Bishop Shanky.
Bishop Sankey was actually inactive because he's been terrible. David Cobb's back,
Yep.
but you don't know what he's going to be because he was on IR designation to return.
Yep.
So you don't know what he's going to be.
So that basically was it. Now that I guess what the thing is, the Jags won. It wasn't pretty, but they won.
They won, thank God.
They won, and now they are a half a game back out of first place.
Yeah.
And if all really goes to place, then they'll be tied for first place in the division, which is surprisingly.
A bit of not kind of breaking news, but Ryan Matthews will not play this Sunday against the Buccaneers with a concussion.
All right.
So DeMarco Murray's going to get a lot of those carries too, along with Darren Sproles.
Yep.
That Ryan Murray's.
So, okay. Speaking of that, do you want to go ahead and start?
Ryan Matthews.
Okay. So let's start previewing the games. I want to start with the ones that I'm just going to go in order here. What they have to
Yeah.
give me. The first game they have here is St. Louis at Baltimore. St. Louis had benched Nick Foles for Case Keenum.
Yeah, as you probably saw in my
The last episode.
I'm pretty happy because Case Keenum. I'd like to see what Case Keenum could do as far as the quarterbacking goes, because even when he came in when he was with Houston. He came in. He put together a couple of good games there.
But he didn't win.
He didn't win. That was the problem. They were like 2-14, and they won the first 2 games at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but they lost 14 straight games.
They did. And but he was actually not bad in those games. He was actually very good.
Yep.
So I would like to see what he can do.
The Rams are 4-5. They're in the thick of the playoff hunt.
They are in the thick of the playoff hunt, but I don't know if they can get over the hump if they can't find a freaking quarterback.
I think they're going to try to do what Minnesota does, and that's hand the ball off to their to their very star running back, play defense against a team that can't really defend the run.
Yeah, exactly. Besides their hiccup last week, their run defense and their defense in general has been amazing this year. Besides that little hiccup last week, their defense has been top 5 in the league.
It's the 6th ranked defense, like 6th against the pass. The Baltimore Ravens, they're 2-7.
A surprising 2-7 because I thought they'd at least be a top seed.
They lost Terrell Suggs. They suffered a lot of.
I didn't think that would be a big of a loss as
it is,
because C.J. Mosley can't, as much of a star as he is, even going back to his Alabama days.
I don't think he's ready.
I don't think he's ready to carry the team yet.
Yeah, no.
Because that's why they still have Suggs. And he could be Ray Lewis. He's built in a Ray Lewis type of mold. He just doesn't murder people. And
it's the main problem with Baltimore is 2 things. They lost their best receiver in Steve Smith Sr. To the Achilles injury.
I know for a fact he's coming back next year because I don't think he wants to. I don't think he wants to end his career like that. He said he was going to retire, but knowing Steve Smith, he's a tough dude. He's going to work his ass to get back, and next year will be his last year of his contract too.
This is a game that is going to be smash now, hard hitting. I think that Baltimore's really going to struggle in this game because
I do too, because
they don't have the wide receivers to do it.
They don't. Oh my God, Kamar Aiken.
Let's see. Their best receivers are Kamar Aiken.
Kamar Aiken was inactive for the Patriots a couple of times 2 years ago.
Yep. Then they have against that monstrous. St. Louis is a really good front seven.
It's amazing.
It's monstrous. It'll beat you up.
They show up. Quinn can get Robert Quinn can get to the quarterback. If Chris Long can play, he's been hurt for the past couple of weeks, and it's been really kind of. It's been. He's built in the mold of his dad.
Yeah,
he can sack you like no tomorrow. Aaron Donald, a beast, just a beast. Nick Fairley, a beast. Michael Brockers, dude, very underrated now because they got Nick Fairley.
Yep. James Laurinaitis, I think, is one of the most.
James Laurinaitis, one of the best tacklers in the entire league. Is son of the legendary Road Warrior Animal. And
I can't do it. What a rush! Once we actually
Alec Ogletree, too. He's on also IR with the designation return, but he's a stud linebacker. They have Akeem Ayers, who played with the Patriots last year. He's still pretty good. Janoris Jenkins. And the safeties, T.J. McDonald and Rodney McLeod. Fantastic defense all around.
We all know how if the Rams are going to win,
they're going to win big in this game if they can get to Joe Flacco.
If they get to Joe Flacco, force Joe Flacco to turn the ball over. If they bottle up Justin Forsett, and and have the offense, make 1 or 2 really good, spectacular plays to win the game.
Yeah, exactly.
And in other words,
it's going to be relying on Gurley.
Give it to your best player, Todd Gurley, who has been pretty much. We all can agree he's a lock for rookie of the year.
Oh, he's a lock for that. This guy gets about 150 yards a game.
He has 709 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's fun. And he missed the first 6 games.
Yeah, he's the same thing with Odell Beckham last year.
Yeah,
he played in 12 games and somehow he had 1,400 yards. That's incredible.
Odell Beckham Jr. is one of my favorite receivers. He in terms of a guy who's pure talent. This is another thing. Todd Gurley has pure talent. He can catch the ball in the backfield. He can rush. He can plow.
And for a guy who
tore his
ACL literally a year ago, about a year and a half ago, when he was in college at Georgia, to being the number 10 overall pick, because the Rams knew what they saw in him, and they were like, okay, once he recovers, this guy's gonna be a star. He can be, he's our lead back for the next 15 years.
We hope so.
He's just like a bruiser. He can pummel. He can run over people.
I'm gonna take the Rams to go 500 in this game.
Yep, I definitely take the Rams to take the win this one. I think it might be a little bit bigger. It might be a big score. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a blowout.
Yep.
Because of how bad the Ravens are. I'm probably going to say, but the Rams are probably going to score about 30 points in this game because the Ravens' defense is just atrocious.
Next up is the Jets, who are in the AFC title run, and the Texans at the Texans.
Depending on this goes against my morals, but depending on the healthiness of Ryan Fitzpatrick, I'm going to go with the Jets in this one. As much as this hurts to say this because I hate the Jets, but the Jets are the much better team.
I'll go into this analysis here. The Texans have here's the little thing. Since that blowout in Miami, they have not allowed the touchdown. They've only
That's true because they basically shut out the Bengals besides a couple of field goals.
Yep, they have not given up a touchdown. J.J. Watt has 9.5 sacks. Their defense is a very opportunistic defense in which they can turn the ball over. Same thing with the Jets. The Jets are
very good.
They have a monstrous front seven.
Yeah.
They have Darrell Revis.
Revis. It depends on what Revis you get.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like because he's 30, his hamstrings are chronic. Like I said on Monday, he has chronic hamstring problems going all the way back to when Randy Moss caught that touchdown on him, and even before that. Yep. He's just got hamstring problems, and you can see every single time when they show the sidelines, you see number 24 getting his hamstring worked out all the time.
Offensively, the Jets have Chris Ivory, who I think is a very underrated running back.
Very underrated.
They have a great 1-2 punch for wide receivers with Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker.
Yeah.
They have what's his name? Cartry? I think his name.
Sure.
No, that's Panthers. They have Jason Amaro, I think. His name.
Jason Amaro.
Nope, he's on IR.
He was on IR.
Okay, let me see. I don't even
Dwayne
know.
Allen.
Dwayne Allen.
I think is who it is, right?
The third.
Jeff Cumberland.
Okay.
Jeff Cumberland's their tight end. Dwayne Allen's on the Colts.
They have the best run defense, which is actually kind of weird because. Okay, let's put this. If Brian Hoyer's out, so it's going to be T.J. Yates going in. I don't think Yates can actually win this game for the Texans, so I'm going to take the Jets as well.
Yeah.
And I think
if it was Hoyer in, I'd probably give them a little bit more of a chance. But without Hoyer,
without
Crabbe and Mallet, it's
Mallet's cut.
Holy shit! Without the Crabbe, missed the play Mallet.
Yep.
It's
I'm going to take the Jets in this. And I expect the Jets to win big, and they'll bounce back from that loss they had the week before. Next up is Oakland at Detroit. Detroit coming off their second win of the season against Green Bay.
Which is
coming at home.
Unheard of for Green Bay to lose at home like I said on Monday.
Yep, coming at home. The bet is still continuing between me and my friend. Who's better, Matthew Stafford versus Sam Bradford? They both are sucking. But
Sam Bradford is out this game.
Yeah. Oh, man. He's not out for the season, so I don't have an automatic victory.
I know, yeah.
So let's go on with this.
You probably know who I'm going to pick in this one.
You're picking the Raiders.
I'm picking the Raiders.
The Raiders. This is. Let's go with how the Raiders can win this game. It's Derek Carr. It's Latavius Murray. It's Amari Cooper, Michael Crabtree, and
Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson's and Khalil Mack. That's how they're going to win. Is that the key players coming in play.
They have this. I'll tell you that the Raiders are a very scary team going down the stretch here.
They're a really good offensive team. Defensively is where they're struggling. They're 31st in the pass.
Yeah,
I think this is a game where Golden Tate's going to go off.
To me, they should have upgraded that secondary in the offseason. I think that's
Mark Davis' next time.
Mark Davis is an idiot.
Secondary, what's that? The only time I get a secondary is when I get Chipotle twice in a day.
Reggie McKenzie, this past offseason, he was very good. He got Rodney Hudson from the Chiefs, who's a spectacular center, amazing center. They drafted Amari Cooper.
Yep, they picked up Michael Crabtree.
They picked up Crabtree. I'm not going to... Aldon Smith is... I'm partial on that one, yes and no. It was a good signing to begin with, and that was suspended for a year and a half, basically.
Yeah.
About another year or so.
This is
re-signing Charles Woodson was clutch, but the one mistake that Reggie McKenzie made, the GM of the Oakland Raiders made, was not going out and getting a cornerback. Relying too much on DJ Hayden, TJ Carey, and there's another guy there. It was terrible, but
yeah, it's just terrible.
It's embarrassing. Cornerback wise, safety wise, they have Nate Allen, who's coming back from a torn ACL, I think it is.
Yeah,
he had a knee injury.
I mean, it's their Achilles heel, and
of course, can't praise enough about Charles Woodson, 39 years old, still leading the league.
The ageless wonder himself, Charles Woodson,
still can go out there and kick ass at 39 years old.
Let's see here,
and not like he didn't go back to the Raiders just to be at the Raiders. He went back to help them, and really worked out with the Raiders.
This is going to be a shootout. Detroit has the very depleted secondary. They lost so many people. They lost Sue. They lost their best cornerbacks.
Bernato's been in and out of the lineup.
Yep. The only person that's really playing that well is Ziggy Ansah.
Yep.
On offense, Matthew Stafford's actually starting to get better.
If that's even a possibility.
Yeah, he started to get better. They do have one major flaw is that they can't run the ball. They don't have a running back.
Oh, no, they don't.
Which I don't think is going to matter.
Abdullah was supposed to be like the lead back, and then Joey Bell took over.
Yeah.
Joey Bell's been mediocre.
It's going to be they're going to be feeding. They're going to be basically. I think they're going to be using Golden Tate as the guy that they're going to feed Golden Tate. They're going to try to
expose that secondary.
Yeah, they're going to try to free up Calvin Johnson. This is going to be a very high scoring game. But I'm going to go.
Matthew Stafford's got that big arm, so you never know. You never know what he could be accurate all week, and the next week he'll throw 4 picks.
I'm going to pick Derek Carr and the Raiders to go back to 500, and I hope that Jim Caldwell has the same exact expression he always does.
A stupid one facial expression, but no.
You see, I love his victory face with like they won against Green Bay. He's like, I can't smile.
Must maintain same face. But I'm going with the Raiders this one too. I think
the
Raiders are a spectacular team, and they're going to come away with this.
All right, next up is Indianapolis without Andrew Luck going in against the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta.
Atlanta Chumpkins.
Yeah, the Atlanta Falcons, who I put as a false team from the very beginning.
Same thing.
But I think they're going to win this game.
I think so too. I think that the Colts have been exposed big time.
Yep.
They came out with a win against the Broncos.
But they don't have Andrew Luck in it.
But they don't have Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck sucked this whole year. They sucked for Luck, and Luck has sucked this year. So
they don't have an offensive line. This is going to be a Devontae Freeman game. They're going to be
handing the a Freeman game
because watch Freeman go for like the game against the Patriots where like they just kept handing it up to LeGarrette Blount and Blount would end up like with 150 yards and 4 touchdowns. Yeah. Expect that for Devontae Freeman here.
Devontae Freeman's going to go off,
especially in their
rushing and receiving too.
Especially in their home dome.
Yeah.
They're going to be handing it off, and then eventually they're going to do probably a play action to Julio Jones, who's been a monster this year.
Yeah, he already has like over I think almost 1,200 yards.
He has 1,029 yards, 6 touchdowns.
He has almost 1,200, so that's he almost has 1,100 yards.
That's nearly half of Matt Ryan's thing.
Yeah, no, because he doesn't throw to anyone else.
Yep.
Because they have who's their other receiver? They have Hankerson. Hankerson's has been hurt, but he's
questionable with a hamstring injury. This is going to be a lot of Devontae Freeman, who's rushed for 721 yards and 9 touchdowns, a touchdown king himself. I think he's going to
get you 4 touchdowns a game.
He's got the 4 touchdowns this game, and I think the Falcons will roll against Indy. I don't think Matthew Hasselbeck is not going to do that well against them.
Oh hell no! Hasselbeck played good in the absence of Andrew Luck in those 2 or 3 games before the Patriots.
Yeah,
he played good, but he at the same time. By the time himself, he's like 41 years old, so you don't know how good he's going to be.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to. I don't think he's going to be able to hold up because that offensive line is terrible.
Oh, that offensive line is atrocious.
But hey, you know
even
what?
Even at 41 years old, he's running for his life.
You know what? He's 4-0. 3-0. He's 3-0 as
he won both. He won
all 3 starts.
Yeah, he won all the games that he started so far with the Colts.
This season. Next up is the Manningless Broncos going to Chicago against Chicago.
That's a big story heading out this week. As we mentioned last week, we didn't know if they were going to do this, but earlier on Monday we were talking about how if this trend happens, what do you do? They've made the decision. Brock Osweiler is starting on
later
Sunday,
on that day,
and for the future too. Manning is not starting again for the rest of the year, unless Brock Osweiler has an atrocious game, which I kind of don't see happening.
Yep. All right, so it's going to be in Chicago going up against their former head coach and offensive coordinator.
And another thing is too, I heard about this on Wednesday night when I was going to work. They said that this offense is not built for Peyton Manning; it's built for Brock Osweiler. So we'll see if Brock Osweiler and this tailor-made offense for him.
I don't think it's gonna work.
It might not work
Because there's two main problems. Because with Gary Kubiak's offense, you need the play action.
Yep.
They don't have the running backs to do it.
Oh no! They do not have the running backs to do it. The running backs have been atrocious. They've just been absolutely abysmal.
C.J. Anderson and the other guy,
C.J. Anderson, Ronnie Hillman,
let me make
have
sure
just been atrocious this year.
I want to see if they're going to have Emmanuel Sanders. Limited practice, he's questionable, so that might
Questionable, but I know knowing Sanders' guts, he'll probably play in that
probably
game.
play. It's
Send in Hurts, too.
the way they're going to win this game is they have to take the lead early. They have to force Jay Cutler to take control.
They have to. When you force Jay Cutler to take control, so what happens? Jay Cutler throws an interception.
Jay Cutler does Jay Cutler things, and that's throw an interception and then look like he don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
He
has that interception muscle.
Yep.
He keeps on every time. There's the problem with that interception muscle.
But a Bears defense that right now is put pretty well with John Fox.
They're still on Monday. Todd Gurley's the only person to run for a touchdown against him in 6 games.
The only thing is their run defense is not that good, but offense is not that good either.
Exactly. I think they'll go again. This will be the seventh game. Only one running back has gotten the end zone against the red zone defense against the Bears, and it was Todd Gurley.
The Bears are the fourth-ranked pass defense, which is surprising.
But they got rid of two of the best corners, in Tim Jennings and Peanut Tillman.
Yep. They're not gonna. The only thing is Denver's not gonna have DeMarcus Ware. He's out.
Yeah.
He's out for the game.
I don't know when he's going back. I haven't heard anything on him.
I think this defense is finally showing if they're getting tired.
They're tired. I think Talib's back. Talib's back this week.
Talib is back. Talib is back, but he's good. But he's probably gonna get injured. I'm sorry, he is. This is going to be
proved against what the Patriots is.
Matt Forte might be coming back.
Forte might be back. He was out last week. If Matt Forte doesn't come back this week, expect Jeremy Langford to have another big game.
Like he's had the past 2 weeks in relief of him. And think about it, they have a 2-back combo as soon as he comes back.
Yeah. Langford's more of the power back. Matt Forte is a speed, shifty back.
I think Matt Forte is one of the most complete backs in the NFL because he's a really good catcher. He can run. He can get out of situations. He's elusive. He can also power it out. Team news. No, just some Heisman stuff. I don't even know about this. We're not the college football reporters. We're the pro football reporters, or just football reporters in general.
Of course.
So I picked the Bears to win this. I did. They were my upset pick of the week, which I have with my friend again. Same guy doing the Stafford pick.
I'm gonna go with you on this one.
Yeah, you're gonna go with the Bears.
I'm kind of torn because I don't know. I kind of went at Denver. I'm gonna go with the Bears because the Bears have been playing better.
I want the Bears to win.
Jay Cutler's been a lot better recently.
He's only thrown 5 interceptions, so that's good because they're keeping the ball out of his hands.
Yep. Jay Cutler's been pretty good recently. The run defense, like I said, the Bears' run defense in the runs and the red zone has been very, very good this year.
Yep.
So,
and better than obviously recent years. You know what the other thing is? You know the former coach of the Bears, Mark Trestman. I always make fun of him so hard. I made up a disease called Trestman-itis. That it causes your offense to suck.
Yep. I remember the first year that Trestman was there. They were amazing, and then the next last year and the year before that they were atrocious.
God awful.
Yeah, I think did Jay lead the league in interceptions last year?
He led the league in total turnovers. He threw 26 interceptions and he fumbled and he lost 10 fumbles. So 36 total turnovers.
Bad.
36
total turnovers. They needed that coaching change and they're finally listening to John Fox.
All right, here we go. It's now time for the Philadelphia Eagles without Sam Bradford because he's got a separated.
He has that AC joint injury, which is only going to be a 1 game.
Yep. So Mark Sanchez is back.
The Sanchez, the butt fumble man,
he will never
fumbling machine.
Yeah, I gotta say anything's better than Sam Bradford at this point.
since Mark Sanchez has been with the Eagles the past 2 years, he's got a contract extension on the offseason.
Yep.
I think he's been better.
He's
improved.
Except for
He's
that.
been
Except
older.
for
He's a bit
last
older
year.
now. I think he's about 28, 29 years old. He's a bit older, more wise.
They're going up against Tampa Bay, who they're 4
Right
and 5.
I give credit where credit was due to Tampa. Tampa is a improved team.
They are improved team from last year. Obviously,
They've won more games already.
They've doubled their win total from last year with 4.
They're
4 and 5.
Like we said on Monday, like they have their pieces.
They have the piece on offense. They have Mike Evans. They have the quarterback who, again, he's thrown interceptions, but at the same time, he's won games for them.
He's won games and he hasn't. He's only turned the ball over the 2 times in that game.
Yeah.
Besides that, like I said, he hadn't turned the ball over in like four games.
Yep.
So he's improved. Jameis Winston is kind of like a Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Type of quarterback.
We're not gonna say
throw the ball downfield, can run the ball. Cam Newton.
Hand the ball off to your running back, Doug Martin, who has done pretty well this year.
He's been very good
because he's been healthy.
Like his nickname's Muscle Hamster, which I find kind of funny.
I was picturing, you know, that Goosebumps cover with the blown up hamster in the freaking cage. That's probably what I was thinking of.
His rookie year, he was amazing.
Yeah,
he was on his way to becoming a star in this league for many years.
He tore his shoulder twice,
and then he fucked his shoulder up. And look where he is now. Past 3 seasons? 2-3 seasons.
He's been pretty bad.
He's been.
But right now he's starting
the word I'm looking for is not. Don't tip my tongue. Can't really think of it. But he's been not inaccurate, but inconsistent.
Yeah, he's now
inconsistent.
4th. He's now currently 4th in the NFC in rushing, and he's only behind.
He's back to where he was his rookie year.
He's only behind 3 running backs. He's behind Adrian Peterson, who has 900 yards already.
That's insane.
I think he's winning the rushing title because the next closest guy has 700 yards.
I think Todd Gurley's close too, isn't he?
Todd Gurley has 707 yards.
So he's about 3rd or 4th.
Yeah,
I think he's not going to be able to catch AB.
No.
Because that offense is built around him and Teddy Bridgewater. So
that 20-yard run was
Mike Simmons like, just hand the ball off to AP.
Yeah,
that's all you need to do. Consider the fact that he only played in 1 game last year.
The defense is very mediocre for Philly.
Both of the defenses. Byron Maxwell's been a bust. Both the defenses are very mediocre. I give Tampa the slightest edge.
Tampa's actually improved from defense from last year. This year, I think they're buying into what
Lovie Smith
is saying.
I do think that this defense is very much improved. I mean, last year they were terrible. I mean,
they're really bad. They're a really bad defense.
Banks is pretty good. Jonathan Banks is pretty good.
They have McCoy. They have a really good pass rush to cover up probably their inefficiencies in the back end. Yeah. Philly doesn't really have I don't think they have the receivers.
No, they lost Macklin.
They lost Jeremy Macklin.
They let him walk. By the way,
pretty much.
They wouldn't even have a sign.
Here's your receiving,
which is probably a mistake on Macklin's part.
I think Brett Selleck is their best receiver right now.
Brett Selleck, yep.
Jordan Matthews,
big game on Sunday. Big game.
Jordan Matthews, who is
he's supposed to be like Deshaun Jackson. He's been inconsistent. And
everyone's favorite person in the ghetto, Riley Cooper.
Who's favorite person in the ghetto?
Yep. DeMarco Murray so far been a bust. They've lost their best tackle in Jason Peters a couple weeks ago in Carolina.
Yep, they did. And then with the news of Sam Bradford officially ruled out shoulder/concussion.
So it is going to be Mark Sanchez starting.
Darren McFadden for the Cowboys return to practice, and with Ryan Matthews out, I expect DeMarco Murray to be the bell cow back.
So I'm going to take Tampa in an upset.
I agree with you on that one. I'm going to take Tampa in an upset also.
Philly
might be wrong on that one, but I'm going to take Tampa.
Philly's favored by 6, and it's in Philly, so that's probably
difficult.
It's going to be difficult for Tampa, but I think Tampa can win.
I think Tampa can win because, like we said, they improved offense.
Yep.
And they're improving defense.
Now we have the returning Tony Romo going up against the Miami Dolphins in Miami.
I'm giving the Cowboys the win this game easily.
I'm gonna give the Cowboys the win.
I think
I hate to say it.
The Cowboys with Tony Romo and Des Bryant and Terrence Williams against getting the ball now.
An old reliable Jason Witten.
Old man Witten.
That's what I call all reliable because he always seems to. He's done pretty well this year.
Yep.
Nearly 500 yards and a couple of touchdowns. But there's one thing about the Cowboys. They're getting Roma back. They're 2-7.
They're 2-7. They have to win all their games to even come close to making the playoffs.
And even then, it's going to be hard.
At this point, it's for the Cowboys. It's make it look like we tried. Second half of the season.
Holy shit! Okay, let's hear it. They have the 24th ranked offense.
Yeah, because they have freaking Brandon Weeden and Matt Castle throwing the ball.
Greg Hardy should be cut.
Yep.
We all agree on this?
Yep.
Since his return.
They won a game, and he's been atrocious.
Since his return, besides that
to
3
the
sacks.
NFL.
Yep. Besides those 3 sacks he had against Brady, guess how many sacks he's had since then?
None.
He's had one. One total sack.
That's abysmal.
That's
And
bad.
he's supposed to be this beast.
Yeah, this absolute
This
monster of a pass rusher.
But he's a piece of shit.
He doesn't speak before he speaks. He's terrible. He should be cut.
He should be cut, but Jerry Jones is so far in bed with him that he's not going to cut him.
And you know what?
He's a team leader.
And
he's going to try to resign him, but he's a team leader. Okay, old man, fucking senile.
No,
He's a
but
crap.
well, Greg, I'm working with Greg, and I think that would be better. You know what? Just because I hate the Cowboys, I'm picking the Dolphins. Fuck you, Cowboys.
I'm going with the Cowboys. I think the return of Tony
Romo.
Tony Romo.
Tony No, as my friend affectionately refers to him as.
Because he fumbled that ball in 2006.
Oh,
trying to run it into the end zone. I'll never forgive him for that because I like the Cowboys then. I want the Cowboys to win that game so bad.
He got blown out of the building at Philly, which cost him that giant lead in 08.
That was awful.
Holy shit.
But with the return of Romo, I think I'll give the Cowboys the win in this one.
All right,
and
let's
Des
go.
Bryant, too. Des Bryant's going to be thanking his lucky stars that he's back.
Yep, they have, and I think it proves something because they do have a great offensive line. I'm just picking,
They do.
but honestly,
The Dallas Cowboys have the
think,
best offensive line in the league for the past 4 years.
Honestly, I am probably going to take Dallas, like realistically.
Yeah.
But I just hate Dallas.
I know, yeah, it makes me. I liked Dallas last year because of what they stood for. They were a hardworking, blue collar team that
everyone hates.
That everyone hated. So I liked them, but they were kind of likable last year, to a degree.
Are you ready for an absolute blowout? Washington at Carolina.
Holy shit, Carolina!
I am not.
I think Cam Newton's gonna throw like 7 touchdowns in this game.
I'm not even gonna think twice about it.
Yep, I mean, granted, Redskins have been better. Kirk Cousins has been very, very good recently.
Yep.
The past couple of weeks, he through 4 touchdowns. He turned the ball over last week, which for the first time in his life isn't turning the ball over.
Woo! Here's the thing.
What's their offenses good side by side?
Offensive side by side.
What's the Redskins first? How many of the Redskins?
Redskins offense. They are 19th overall, 18th passing offense, and 17th run offense.
Well, because if
Very
Alfred
middle of the
Morris
pack.
is having a great year, Matt Jones is having an outstanding year as a rookie. But
very middle of the pack.
if Alfred Morris was having an outstanding year, that run defense would be like top 5 because their run offense would be top 10 in the league because they're amazing.
Going against the Panthers defense, who is 10th overall, 11th against the pass, and 14th against the run.
This is a funny thing about the Carolina Panthers. You would think this team was atrocious, but just by looking at them on paper, they lose Kevin Benjamin.
They also have best receiver. Jericho Cotchery's the number 1 receiver.
Jericho Cotchery's the number 1 receiver. He's like a number 3 or number 4 in the team.
Yeah. Their offensive line is makeshift.
Their offensive line is very makeshift, with Matt Khalil being the best offensive lineman.
Yep.
And Michael Orr too is on the team also too.
I didn't know.
And
the blindside guy. Good story.
Their run game very inconsistent. Jonathan Stewart's been very good.
They're 3rd overall.
They somehow turned that into being undefeated.
They're not.
I literally don't even. The defense has been stellar.
I don't know. I guarantee it. This is like
that's
still a lock pick for me.
That's a lock pick too. Carolina's his defense has been stellar. Peanut Tillman's having another great year, like he always has.
I think this is going to be it. Okay, ready for the other one now? Let's take a look at the Carolina Panthers offense. They're 16th overall. They're 28th in the pass. They're not really good at passing.
They're not good passing, but
third
because I forgot also too. Greg Olsen. That's his main target.
Yep.
That's who he throws to every down.
Slowed as molasses.
I have my fantasy team. He's awesome.
Oh, come on! It's like I can literally be on my knees running, and I have to run faster than Greg Olsen. Okay, running offense, they're 3rd.
Yep.
That is
Who else? It's Jonathan Stewart.
it's Jonathan Stewart and Cam Newton. That's their
Cam
1-2
Newton.
punch.
Oh my! I'm forgetting about Mike Tolbert too. Mike Tolbert.
Are you ready for the
fatty
defense?
Mike Tolbert?
Ready for a defensively? How this is going to go? The 21st ranked defense. They are.
Who? The Carolina or is it Washington?
This is Washington. 12th against the pass, 29th against the run. So this is going to be
Terrence Knight was supposed to help out that run.
Let's see here. Take a look at the run defense versus the pass defense.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Carolina's
third against the.
is they have the 3rd ranked rushing offense going against the 29th ranked rushing defense.
I'm gonna go on a limb here. Say Patriots Panthers Super Bowl again. It's not it wouldn't be out of the like a random pick either. That's like almost a possibility.
It is a possibility, but I don't think it's good.
It might not happen, but it would be a nice thing to see. Because at this rate, the fucking Carolina Panthers are getting undefeated. At this rate, they kill everyone with no one.
I can guarantee you
with
this.
A terribly ranked offense, they're killing everyone.
Hey, you want to run a bold prediction? I predict that Carolina will have 400 yards of offense all by rushing. They'll have 500 total yards, but 400 will be by rushing.
A bold prediction. Greg Olsen will lead the team in receiving and receiving yards.
In this game?
In this game.
The opposite. All right, next up, the original Sunday night game. So they have flexible scheduling. This was the original.
What was it?
This was going to be Kansas City at San Diego.
Thank God they flexed that game out. No one would watch that. Are you kidding me? They'd be blown by Kansas City if Alex Smith could throw the goddamn ball.
Let's see here. I got the team.
I want to see what is the Chiefs' offensive rating this year.
Offensively, they're 22nd. 24th,
What's the passing?
24th.
Ooh.
10th rushing.
Oh, Kansas City, you're great, right? You're supposed to be this great team. What's the problem? What's it go back to?
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith is. He's terrible. He's terrible. He's on par with Nick Foles in terms of terrible quarterbacks.
He's actually. I think the problem is he's not getting to the red zone.
Nope.
Only
what's his? Do they have his touchdown to pick ratio here?
They have 10 touchdowns to 3 picks.
10 touchdowns. 10. Brady has 24. He has 14 more touchdowns than him.
Jeremy Maclin has caught 2 of them. 583 yards.
Jamie Maclin was supposed to be the.
Travis Kelce is really. I like Travis Kelce.
I do, but he's been kind of inconsistent because of the quarterback play.
Dick West.
Sharkandrick West.
Okay. In relief of Jamal Charles, he's done pretty well.
Sharkandrick West has been good. Now Davis, the guy who took over last year too for a period of time.
Yep.
Inconsistent.
I think
this
offense offensively they're pretty putrid, but on defense they're playing very well.
On defense, the defense is the reason why they're not fucking.
Yeah.
The fucking
they're 8th against the pass. Okay, so they're 8th against the pass, but defensively for the Chargers they're worse.
Back there.
Defensively, the 24th, 17th against the pass, and the rushing defense is terrible. The 26th.
Yeah.
It's going to be
the Chiefs. They have some studs back there. Marcus Peters, Sean Smith. Abdullah.
Yep.
Some studs back there. Their defensive line with Ontario Poe is very, very good.
For the Chargers...
Okay, let's just, on paper, start of the season, Chargers look like a playoff team.
Yep.
A high seed, not like Waka, like a divisional
winner.
What happened to them?
What happened to them? They lost. They're losing a lot of close games.
Mm-hmm. Also, to Keenan Allen.
Their defense is not playing that well. They lost Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen. Melvin Gordon's been terrible. My fantasy team is atrocious.
He's the 28th ranked pass defense. They can't stop the clock. That's the problem. They're the number 1 ranked passing offense.
Yep. You know why? Because Phil Rivers is throwing the ball fucking 50 times a game.
Yep, and he's
there's no run game. Melvin Gordon's been a bust.
He's leading the league in passing yards with over 3,000.
Yeah, it's insane.
19 touchdowns to 7 picks.
He threw that against Green Bay. He threw the ball almost 60 times.
Yep, had over 500 yards, and
he still
came this close to winning, but he lost. This team they should be better than they are. They're 2-7.
That should be reversed.
And you know what happened? I think they're defensively their inefficiency is showing. They can't stop the clock because they.
I don't know what happened to Brandon Flowers, but that guy was an elite cornerback when he was with the Chiefs. Now it's like every other play he's getting burnt.
Yeah.
I kind of contribute to maybe his age. He's getting up there. He's 29 right now, and he's making a lot of money.
Here's the thing with the Chargers. They have no running game, so they can't.
Oh no,
they can't.
Melvin Gordon was supposed to be the guy who get.
Danny Woodhead has done pretty much better for him,
which is kind of a shocker because they drafted Melvin Gordon, 20th overall. He was supposed to be like that guy who get you 1,400 yards and 12 touchdowns a season, but he can't do that because
they lost Antonio Gates for the first 4 games of this season.
He's suspended.
Yep, they actually haven't really had him that many games. He's on my fantasy team too.
Yep, which is terrible.
Well, actually, he's done pretty well.
He's done pretty well when he played.
The 2 games that he's played so far, he scored over 30 points. To 2 games, 2.
You do PPR now.
I think I do PPR.
We do normal. I hate PPR.
I'll show you the team. Right now, I'm the best team in the league.
I'm 2-7.
I'm 9-2.
I'm 2-7 because
Sorry, 7-2.
I had Tony Romo to start the year. I switched to Andy Dalton and Des Bryant. I have Des Bryant, Odell Beckham, and
you should be doing better than that.
Exactly. I have T.J. Yeldon, Allen Hurns.
You must.
Melvin Gordon's been bad, but I picked up Matt Jones off the waiver wire a few weeks ago. And he's been outstanding. He had 131 receiving yards last week.
I'd say this: expect a lot of for the Chiefs. Expect a lot of West to be
West
and Kelsey because the Chargers can't defend against tight ends.
No, they can't.
And for the Chargers, expect a lot of Danny Woodhead, a lot of passes out the backfield. Danny Woodhead and
expect Rivers to bomb it downfield.
Antonio Gates, a lot of Malcolm Floyd as well.
A lot of Malcolm Floyd. Yep. A lot of Stevie Johnson.
Yep. I'm gonna take the Chargers. It's in San Diego, so I'm gonna take the Chargers.
But San Diego's been pretty atrocious at home this year, which is usually very good at home.
They've only won 1 game on that.
Usually very good in San Diego.
Let me take a look here. I want to see what the Chargers have.
See, this one's tough because I like the Chargers too. Also, I've liked them since
their only 2 wins have come at home.
They haven't won a game on the road.
They haven't won a game.
They can't win the game.
Cincinnati, Minnesota, Green Bay, Baltimore have lost all games on the road. Oh crap! And they lost at home against the Bears.
Yep.
I don't know why they had
I'm very torn in this one.
Yeah.
But go upset. Go with the Chargers.
You're gonna go with the Chargers?
I go with the Chargers too. I think the Chargers are just they're talented still, but they're missing pieces, and I think that Phillip Rivers is going to lead them over the hump and get them their 3rd win of the season.
Aaron Rodgers will start for the Green Bay Packers going into Minnesota for the division crown.
This is going to be the game of not the game of the week because Monday's game
for us.
The Patriots and the Bills is going to be an amazing game.
It's going to be well for us, of course.
Green Bay and the Vikings for the Sunday games. What's the Sunday night game actually?
It's Cincinnati at Arizona.
Okay.
Dalton's got a crap over himself.
Two very, very good matchups.
Yep.
For Sunday for the Vikings and the Packers, this is going to be one of the 3 games of the week, in my opinion. This one, the Sunday night game, and the Monday night game are going to be the games of the week.
All right, here we go. It's going to be Aaron Rodgers versus Adrian Peterson.
Yep. For me personally,
Teddy Bridgewater currently hosts.
I'm very torn on this one. I don't know. I'm gonna
go with the Vikings at home. I'm going with Vikings at home.
I don't know because
Aaron Rodgers is not.
I like the Pack, but at the same time, the Vikings have been very, very good this year.
They're gonna be heading in.
They've been virtually unbeatable at home.
Let's see here. How many? I want to take a look here. Have they lost at home yet?
They're
1, 2. No, they have not lost at home. They're 4-0 at home.
Give me the Vikings.
I'm going to take the Vikings because Aaron Rodgers.
It's tough too because the Packers are really good. The Vikings are really good. It's a very good division.
Rodgers not that good on the road. Their receivers,
never has been.
Yeah, the receivers are not getting open.
Yeah.
The Vikings defense is going to overwhelm Rodgers. I think that the Vikings will win and take control of the.
I think too. Also, the Vikings defense with Captain Mummerlin and Xavier with Rhodes and with Terrence Newman still chugging at 37 years old. So I've been having a phenomenal season. I know one of those old guys in the league being amazing, but Terrence Newman, 37 years old, still going strong, having an amazing year.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go with the Vikings just for the fact that the defense is a lot better.
I'm gonna go with Minnesota. I accept we'll go with Minnesota. Let's go with Seattle. It's gonna be Seattle winning.
Who's
They're facing against San Francisco. And Seattle.
Bliggity Blaine is starting for San Fran again.
Really?
He is.
He's going to get eaten alive.
Is he? Did they officially come out and say Blaine Gabbert starting?
Let's say
because last week the deli owner, the Italian,
full practice. I think it's gonna be Calvin Kaepernick. So that means they're definitely gonna win.
Eagles left tackle Jason Peters back, questionable to play Sunday versus the Broncos.
Okay, thank you for letting me know that.
So Peters might play. I know Peters is a tough dude, but he might play in that game.
Yep.
So it's either Blaine or it's going to be Colin. I don't know which one.
Either
it's
way,
going to be.
I don't
Either
care.
way,
it
doesn't matter because
it's going to be a blowout.
They're both equally terrible.
It's going to be a blowout because
It's going to be a blowout.
I think this is going to be the game where Russell Wilson finally breaks out.
I think this is going to be a Marshawn Lynch show.
It's going to be a Marshawn and Jimmy Graham show.
I don't think that Russell Wilson is a competent quarterback. I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, but I don't think Russell Wilson's going to.
Not for me. I'm the same camp as you are. I don't think he's that good. Fuck.
I think he's atrocious. On the season, I'll have to look this up for Jimmy Graham.
I can get it right here for you. Matchup.
So
41 receptions, 491 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Compared to last year when he had almost over 1,000 yards.
Yep.
When he had Drew Brees balling the ball downfield to him, and he had about 11, 12 touchdowns, something like that.
Well, that was like 2 years ago because last year he got injured.
He got injured, but he was averaging about almost 1,000 yards a season. A little over 1,000 yards a season. And averaging about 10 to 15 touchdowns. And now he's afterthought.
Pretty much, yeah.
No. When you're like, what team does Jimmy Graham play for? I don't even know. Because you don't see him. You're like, oh, he plays for the Seahawks. Wait a minute. I thought he played for the Saints.
The Seahawks have lost their 3
That's a forgettable trade. Just because you know why? The Max Unger and the Saints have won that trade.
Yeah.
Because it was basically Max Unger for Jimmy Graham, and you know how great the fucking Saints run offense has been this year. Even I know Spiller struggled, but Mark Ingram's having an amazing year.
Yep.
Kyrie Robinson, before he got hurt, was having an amazing year. You know why? Because of Max Unger.
Yep.
Max Unger has been the best center in the league this year.
All right, so then we have. I'm picking Seattle because I don't really think it's that much. I don't think we should waste our time going over like the stats of the whole thing.
I think didn't they face each other on Thursday night too early in the season?
They did, and they got beat the fuck out of them.
They got blown the fuck out. It was close until like the second quarter, and then Seattle just blew them away. They won like 30-something to 6 or whatever it was.
Let me see here. I'll pull up their Thursday night.
It was. I think the
20-3.
Yeah, I was gonna say they got less than 10 points.
20-3. I think Seattle will go back to 500 at this point.
Yep, Seattle's still terrible though.
They are. I don't think there's no way they're. So speaking of a team that will win that division, the Arizona Cardinals.
Cardinals.
It comes to
there was also a thing about Carson Palmer that came out. They say he quit on the Bengals, and I can't blame him.
Yep.
Because he's gone to Arizona and he's at a career renaissance. Yeah. This guy, besides the ACL, which I'm like, again, that's a second to an ACL, but at 36 years old, he comes back and he's better than ever.
Yep.
This guy is amazing.
2,700 yards, 23 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions.
He is like when he was with the Bengals, he was a turnover machine. He was like a Brett Favre. Now he's like more like a Tom Brady. Or Aaron Rodgers. He's like he doesn't turn the ball over. He can throw for 1,000,000 yards. He can get 1,000,000 touchdowns, and that pass offense is just lethal.
What's here? They have John Brown, Fitzgerald,
Jaron Brown too.
Jaron Brown, Andre Ellington, Chris Johnson. Yeah. They have their offensive line is great, and I think their coach is
also
great.
The offensive line has been very good this year, but Mike Iupati got hurt. Got to mention that on Monday. He got hurt on Sunday. Don't know what the prognosis is on him.
I think this game right here is warranted for a little something. We did this last week for the Monday night game, the roundtable.
Yep.
Let's go through it. Let's start with the quarterback.
After a scary moment, Mike Iupati plans to play.
Awesome.
So Mike Iupati will be playing this Sunday for the Cardinals, which just gives their offense a big boost.
Yep. Okay, so let's go with the Andy Dalton or Carson Palmer. I'm gonna take Carson Palmer because of 2 reasons. One, he's played.
stings a little bit too because I have Andy Dalton on my fantasy team and he's been just great for me all year.
He's gonna be crapping his pants
I'm going with Carson Palmer because I love the Cardinals.
It's a primetime game.
Primetime game. This is where Carson shines.
This is where Carson Palmer will shine. Andy Dalton will absolutely crap his pants again, like he usually does on these big stages.
This is going to be an amazing Sunday night matchup, though. Regardless of the crappy defense back.
Palmer's going against his former team at home in Arizona. Now let's go for running backs. Giovanni Bernard and Jeremy Hill versus Chris Johnson and
Ellington.
I think I gotta go.
I'll give CJ2K credit. Chris Johnson.
He's done.
He's back.
Yeah.
In a way, but the past couple of weeks he's been kind of the afterthought of the offense because Ellington's picked up his reps a little bit more.
Yeah.
But Chris Johnson, CJ2K, has had a renaissance year here in Arizona. And it's a winning atmosphere.
I'm going to take a look at the defensive.
It's a winning atmosphere, too, because ever since Carson Palmer has been in Arizona, this team has been, besides the first year, they were like about 500. They were 10-6, I think, right?
Yeah, they were 10-6.
His first year there. But he threw like 24 touchdowns. He threw like almost the same amount of touchdowns.
He threw 24 touchdowns, but he also threw. I made the joke that Carson Palmer's one of those guys he'll throw 3 touchdowns, but he'll throw 4 interceptions.
Yeah, he threw it was 24 touchdowns, 23 picks.
Yep.
But after that, his touchdown to pick ratio has been dramatically improved to where he's thrown less than 10 interceptions the past 3 seasons.
I'm gonna take the Cardinals for the rushing.
Depends on who Hill is, but I'm gonna have the Bengals. I think the Bengals' run offense is just is amazing. But again, they're both on par with each other.
Receiving core, it's Tyler Eifert, AJ Green, Mark Jones, Sanu versus Larry Fitzgerald, Malcolm Floyd, John Brown, and Jermaine Gresham.
This is about as even as you can get.
This is the even one, but
I'll go with undecided because I don't know because
I'm gonna take the Cards again. I'm gonna take the Cards again because I think it's going into this game. It's tough.
It's tough because they're both elite, like wide receiving cores.
Yeah, but I think Floyd, Brown, and Fitzgerald are better. I think they're. I think AJ Green's the better receiver
out of all
of them. But I think in terms of we have a you can just take us out.
All right,
I'll continue my stuff here. But as opposed to
Yellow
Fitzgerald, as opposed to like their bottom receivers, their number 2 and number 3 receivers, Arizona has better receivers in depth. So that's why I'm going to take the Cardinals.
We're like right near it. We're like
in the wide receiver and tight end.
224.
The receivers and tight ends. As I wait for Chris to come back, I guess this is the perfect time as ever to sponsor this. Watch the Massasoit Wrestling Corner.
Yeah,
there's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here at Massasoit. We talk about all the latest news in wrestling, WWE, TNA, ROH.
Okay.
Hopefully we start doing New Japan and Lucha Underground. So, yeah, check out my friend Owen's channel.
Owen didn't have class, so they're be coming over to I think that classroom where we do the rest. Also, Master Wrestling Corner, subscribe down. That's our other show. By the way, yeah,
I literally just did that.
But I'm gonna go with the Cardinals also too. Tough one.
Yeah, but did you just hear my reasoning from?
No.
When I said my reasoning is I think Cincinnati's 2 and 3 receivers are not as good as the 2 or 3 receivers for the Cardinals.
Because the Cardinals have more depth.
Defensively, Cardinals
have been stout.
Cardinals have the 3rd-ranked run defense. They're 7th against the pass. They have one of the best passing. They have one of the best defensive leads. So it's 4-0 Cardinals for me. Now it's time for my favorite one, the head coach, Bruce Arians versus
Bruce Arians. I think Bruce Arians is an amazing head coach. This guy has taken the team Besides, like, was it last year when Palmer? Yeah, last year Palmer tore his ACL.
Before, yeah,
and they went with Ryan Lindley. God, that was a disaster. That team would have won the fucking Super Bowl. That team would have made it to the Super Bowl had they not.
The absolute 100% worst quarterback I have ever seen in my life.
I watched him in the preseason.
In my life.
I've watched him in the preseason when he was with the Pats. God, that guy couldn't even fucking throw it. And he couldn't throw it against undrafted players.
Yeah, exactly.
Who were going to get cut the next day. He couldn't even throw against them.
All right, so I think so that's 5-0, I guess. That's 5-0 for me in favor of Cardinals. So I'm going to take Arizona in this game.
Actually, I'm going to make a flip here. I'm going to go with the Cardinals for running backs too. Now thinking of it, because Hill's been way too inconsistent this year.
Yep.
And you don't know where you're going to get from Gio Brown.
So that's 5.
We're both going for the sweep.
It's a clean sweep.
I'm going Cardinals too.
It's
as much as I've hated all my fantasy games out now this year, even 2-7, but because of shit. But
that's the Cardinals and
Cardinals all the way. I think the Cardinals are the way better team.
I think we're gonna save the Monday night matchup for Monday, right? So
do you just want to do it now? Because
let's get it on.
Because
All right. So what are we gonna talk about on Monday then? Oh, just review all the games.
Yeah, we'll just review all the games.
But then we have to preview. We'll just preview Monday night then. We'll review the games.
Yeah,
because the game that didn't happen yet. It wouldn't make sense
exactly.
Today. All right. So this has been the Football Reporters episode 2.
Expect more episodes.
Enjoy our video.
Enjoy our content.
Subscribe to this channel.
Subscribe to this channel, and like we said before, subscribe to Master Wrestling Corner. It's our other channel where you'll see us and a bunch of other friends talking about wrestling, ranting, running around, getting groped, whatever, and
or speaking in our Mickey Mouse voices of whatever the fuck we do.
Whatever we do, it's a funny show. It's we're not very serious on that show.
No.
We try to be at times, but we very much rant a lot on that show because we don't like the direction. But that's the wrestling side of things.
This has been the Football Reporters. Have fun watching football.
Have fun watching this Sunday. I know I will be.
We all will be.
We all will be. If you have Comcast, Red Zone is a amazing sort of channel to watch where it's 8 hours of commercial-free football because the Patriots aren't on or whatever your team. Patriots are playing Monday night, so we from 1 to 8 o'clock we watch just Red Zone, and it's just an amazing TV channel to watch where you don't have to keep on flipping back and forth. They just give you every game.
Yep. So I'm John.
I'm John. That's John.
I'm John. I'm Chris.
I'm Chris. This has been the Football Reporters. Have fun watching football on Sunday, guys. We love you.